this thing. What a dream match. These guys can hear it as well as we can. The fans are on their feet. They're loving this, and these two men have yet to lock up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 197 pounds, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
What an ovation for this man.
What a tremendous ovation and what a tremendous reception for the American Dragon. You can get a special edition Upper Deck E-card. Visit UpperDeckEPack.com before next Wednesday at noon Eastern to get your hands on this rare Bryan Danielson card ahead of the Upper Deck AEW set dropping this fall.
This is a wonderful moment to see him in front of this packed Arthur Ashe Stadium. And here comes the one and only.
And his opponent, to be accompanied to the ring by Don Callis, who will be standing 520 miles from North Carolina. He weighs in at 224 pounds and is the AEW World Champion, Kenny
This dream match has a 30-minute time limit. Paul Turner is your referee. And what an opportunity for all of us to enjoy two of the very best wrestlers in the entire world right here in AEW.
I think we've been waiting for this match for quite a while. Let me say this, too. I think Bryan Danielson looks in phenomenal shape.
Perhaps the best shape of his career, but you know what, Tony? The same could be said about our all-elite wrestling world champion, Kenny Omega. This is truly a dream match. Danielson looks poised, he looks confident, but so does Omega. Paul Turner calls for the
Here
power.
we go. Let's get after this thing. What a dream match. These guys can hear it as well as we can. The fans are on their feet. They're loving this, and these two men have yet to lock up.
My God, what anticipation.
New York is AEW country. You can hear it.
Boy, we're all just kind of soaking it in right now.
Mind games being attempted. The determination in the eyes of Bryan Danielson tells a rich and powerful story.
But you know, JR, he cannot be too anxious. I mean, the crowd's going bananas. You would think that his first match here in AEW, he would be willing just to jump in. I think he's doing a great job by just being really calm and let the moment sink in first.
If I know one thing about Bryan Danielson, if the fans watching around the world know one thing about Bryan Danielson, it is that he is perhaps the smartest, the most intelligent professional wrestler in the entire world. He knows that he's got to pace himself, and we're off to the races.
Hard collar and elbow tie-up, and they mean business now.
Fans pop when they lock up.
Omega, perhaps with a clean break.
No. Should have known better.
And that is not going to faze Bryan Danielson. Both of these men have competed on some of the biggest stages in pro wrestling's past, but right now, the eyes of the world are on New York City. The eyes of the world are on Dynamite Grand Slam.
Don Callis at ringside. Normally in an Omega match, he's here with us.
Yeah, well, we lucked out on that one. How about this kick from the American Dragon?
Well, the importance of this match, Tony, is the fact that Callis needs to be there with his man.
Of course he does.
And that middle kick by the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, dropped Omega.
Danielson's got great kicks, very effective. He's very strong in his lower body.
Yeah, you can see it.
And he's forcing Omega down to the mat. We saw a few weeks ago in Cincinnati when Danielson locked in that label lock, Kenny Omega was tapping instantly. That is the danger of the submission wrestling style that Bryan Danielson possesses.
Oh,
there you go.
There's a receipt for you. That was a hard shot there, to say the very least. Omega trying to walk it off.
A hard shot across the unprotected abdomen of Kenny Omega. Bryan Danielson maybe looking to test the conditioning, to test the breathing of Kenny Omega. Nice side headlock taken by Kenny Omega, but Danielson immediately backing his opponent into the rope, sends him off. Shoulder tackle. Omega, with the weight and size advantage, drops Danielson to the mat.
That's a good point, Excalibur. That weight and size advantage may come into play big time before this is all said and done.
Wow.
Now Omega's showing off a little bit. Hard knife edge chop.
Not only showing off, JR, but trying to show up Danielson.
Danielson was looking for the monkey flip from the mat. Omega, instead of leaping over, cartwheeled out and came in with that running chop that dropped the American Dragon to one knee.
Omega's got very heavy hands. As you can see, the DNA left on the chest of Bryan Danielson.
Got to be very cautious here when you get up close with Kenny. Don't think it's going to be your old
Greco-Roman knuckle lock?
Yes, I was going to say Greco knuckle lock. Don't think it's going to be that. It may end up being something else.
Omega, and there we see, has the leverage. Danielson identifies it, rolls through, maintains control of that left hand of Kenny Omega. And bending the fingers back, which you can see as he has the grip on the elbow, he's putting even more pressure on. And the hand of Omega trapped against the canvas.
Man.
That can break a hand, snap a wrist.
Omega sent into the corner. Danielson once again isolating that left arm of Omega and fires in a massive chop.
Kicks. Hard chops. Hard kicks. Thunderous.
It is literally rocking the head of Omega. All right, he absorbed it. Good job by the champion. He took those good kicks, guys.
Omega's tough as a $2 steak, no doubt about that. He wouldn't be the AEW World Champion if not. But look at Bryan Danielson retaliate. Comes back with strong offense.
Danielson drops down. Omega counters with a kick to the chest. The Banderas and Omega over the top. Omega crashes the floor. Danielson.
Well, keep your eye on Danielson.
With his eyes on his quarry. Comes through. Chope Suicida!
Omega goes spine first into the security railing. Let's see how that plays out as this match continues.
Thought maybe Danielson hit his right knee very, very hard on the floor there. I'm not sure.
We see the replay, but on the live action shot, we saw Danielson take that shoulder of Omega, ram it into the steel ring post. This is all in service of that label lock. The submission technique taught to Bryan Danielson by Neil Melanson, a student of Judo Gene LaBelle, who in turn was a student of the legendary Lou Thez. This is a generational technique that Bryan Danielson brings to this match.
The knee right to the arm. So Bryan Danielson is a veteran. He's got great awareness. Followed right back up on the arm. Didn't go someplace else. Went right back to that destination.
Let's also consider the fact that for Danielson, his first match in 145 days. But, as we said, he's never looked better. And that says a lot about his conditioning, his efforts in the ring.
Absolutely, Tony. And you know what else? Bryan Danielson is dictating the pace of this match. Yeah. We've seen it so many times. I mean, we saw it on September 5th that Kenny Omega was dictating the pace against Christian Cage, and that behooved Kenny Omega. And still to come tonight, we will hear from CM Punk ahead of his match this Friday night on Rampage Grand Slam. And in our main event, the AEW Women's World Championship be on the line. Dr. Britt Baker defends against Ruby Soho.
Should be an amazing match for the title. And then, of course, Cody Rhodes, as I said earlier, has a huge score to settle with Malachi Black.
Exactly.
And Tony, I'm sorry.
MJF and Brian Pillman Jr.
There's bad blood there, man. Yeah. Bad blood there.
And FTR against Sting will be in the ring, teaming with Darby Allin.
Yeah, what a tag match. What a card. What a night. Yeah. Glad you're with us, folks.
This is part of a huge 4 hours of professional wrestling here on TNT this week. We'll have a special edition 2-hour Rampage this Friday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Meanwhile, through all that, Kenny Omega's taking the advantage. You mentioned earlier, Excalibur, about Danielson setting the pace. I think it's kind of turned around now here a little bit.
Certainly has. We took our eye off the ball, so to speak, to work in some promos, and Kenny Omega turned the tables just like that.
The referee's got to get control here. The only way he can do it is use his count. It's a 5 count to a disqualification, so most of the athletes will break on 4 to ensure that that doesn't happen.
And Omega using the leverage of the ropes to put even more downward force on those stomps.
You know, being in the ropes makes it illegal, but the flat of the foot is a legal maneuver. Just get him out of the corner.
Look at Danielson. Look at his chest. You mentioned it earlier, JR, but it's starting to even well up even more now.
Breaking those blood vessels, bruising.
Oh.
You can only imagine what it's going to look like before this match is over, notwithstanding tomorrow.
Look, Danielson knows it's coming. He can't do anything about it. He's just trying to absorb it.
And Omega, look at the smirk on Omega's face. He knows he's in control.
Yeah. See, Danielson's trying to use this to his advantage. He's trying to absorb those chops, help fire him up. And I think it's working here.
Whoa.
Wow!
There's that momentum coming back around for Bryan Danielson. Hard Irish whip in.
The kitchen sink turns Danielson inside out, and Omega, the kick to the spine.
Those are well-educated feet. The kick was well placed. It wasn't an indiscriminate kick. It was to the spine, as Excalibur pointed out.
And look at this, Omega continuing to punish the back, the spine of Bryan Danielson, first with the knees, then the kicks.
Look at the face of Omega. A face that's usually confident and cocky and smirking. That stare in his eyes told me a lot. That he knew he was in a fight.
Omega's got to get control again of the momentum. He's in the process of doing that now and slowing down the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Omega keeping the pressure on Danielson. Those strikes, as you mentioned, JR, Kenny Omega among the most heavy-handed professional wrestlers, and they seem to have stopped Danielson, at least momentarily.
And Omega's got big hands too, fellas. And he loves to make that contact, and it proves dominance. And look at that uppercut.
Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake to pull him back and get in his face as you take a look at this capacity crowd here tonight.
Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Boom.
Right here, part of the Billie Jean King Tennis Center.
Thumb to the eye. And I'm sure Miss King would not approve of.
Omega hiking up the green overalls, hoping to rally here. Omega!
Oh, knees up. Well scouted. Great awareness by Danielson.
Now Danielson just trying to pull himself up here.
Omega's put Danielson in a bit of a hole.
And maybe the knees up here has turned things around.
You're right, it could have. Look at that intensity in the face.
And those chops and middle kicks will continue to test the breathing of Kenny Omega. The hammer throw into the ropes, reverse. Danielson comes off the top, swinging a miss by Omega. Nice hammer shot by the American Dragon.
Big time impact. Those wild blue eyes of Bryan Danielson. He came here to win titles. He came here to win main events. And, brother, this is a main event, a dream match main event.
It is a dream match, and we have not been disappointed as of yet. Back and forth they go.
Well, momentum swings again, fellas. The ebb and flow of this matchup is incredible.
This has just turned into an absolute firefight as now Danielson heading up, looking for the Hurricanrana. Brings in Omega the hard way. Danielson makes the crawl, the cover. 1, 2, no.
I like how Danielson didn't release him on the Hurricanrana. He went down with him. He kept the legs clenched around the head as they went down to the mat.
Putting even more impact, distributing even more impact on the shoulders and spine of Omega. Great point, Tony. And now once again returning to the arm, the shoulder of the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega.
Wow, what a way to start a program, huh? Good God.
Couldn't get any better than this if you're a pro wrestling fan.
You're right.
Omega rolls out, and Omega with a Hurricanrana of his own.
He planted his head. He planted his head on the mat hard.
Now, the thing about this here is that you can't give Danielson a lot of time to regroup. The fresher he gets, the more trouble that Omega could be in.
Omega perhaps thinking that he's going to terminate Bryan Danielson right here.
Fans are standing everywhere here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Omega over the top. Crashing on Danielson, but Omega, his tailbone hit hard on the outside.
These men taking amazing chances, putting their own bodies at risk to simply deliver their offense.
Well, here it is again, like you said, Excalibur. Look how Omega hits hard as well.
Yeah, watch the jarring impact on Omega's lower back. His tailbone when he hit. Bryan Danielson bore much of the blow, but it was not without it.
It had some effect on Omega as well, Excalibur, no doubt about that. And that's often the case with these high-risk maneuvers.
Omega was going over the top, looking for the blue shadow, but no. Danielson rolls through. 2. Oh, Omega grabbed the trunks. 2.
Wait a minute.
And now Danielson, he's got the arms hooked, flips over, cattle mutilation, center of the ring.
Could be over now. Look at the locked hands and ball the foot on the rope for Omega. Referee Turner has no choice but to break it up.
Don Callis almost came out of his pink suit with that one.
And I'll tell you something, Omega was smart enough in that predicament, Excalibur, to get his ass out of the ring.
Yeah, when he's got the cattle mutilation locked in, his opponent is looking down face first at the mat. He has nothing but his ring awareness to know where to go. And Danielson,
big chance.
Oh! Psycho knee off the top.
Big chance, big knee, big results. And 20,000 plus are loving it.
Omega struggling to his feet on the ramp, and Danielson.
Perfect technique, wide base, boom. Pivots on the right foot, and I never noticed until now he's a left-handed kicker and a right-handed kicker.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Oh my God in heaven! Are you kidding me? Good God Almighty!
Listen, we were out here earlier today. That rampway is solid. That is plexiglass. That has no give at all.
Plexiglass over LED monitors, over scaffolding. That is as solid as concrete. And Danielson, the back of his head was just driven into it by Omega.
It certainly isn't something that one would like to crash their head on.
Oh my God. That is a game changer is what that is.
Now here's the question I have for you guys. What must Omega do now to take an immediate advantage of that?
Well, he is creating some distance between himself and the American Dragon.
Yeah, buddy, I think he's trying to get a running start here.
I think you're right, Tony. Here comes the champ, it looks like.
Oh, no. Boom! The big trigger!
Oh, my God.
We We have to take a break, but we will stick with all of this action. Omega, Danielson, in picture. You will not miss a second.
Bryan Danielson is in one hell of a bind here. It's overstating the obvious, but I say that because what does he have left now? He's just suffered from 2 amazing shots from the champion.
Kenny Omega's leap for the V-trigger Excalibur was amazing.
And yeah, it was. He leapt from the middle of the ramp. He was not flat-footed in the center of the ring. He leapt from the middle of the ramp, so he had even more downward momentum.
Right.
Paul Turner at the 5 count now.
Callis and Omega be happy to win this thing by count out. You would hear them, they would be talking forever.
Oh, Danielson just dropped.
Uh-oh, but they're bad trouble here, man. And you know what? The V-trigger hurt, I know, but I'm thinking that Snapdragon on the plexiglass and the LED monitor.
That was the money right there.
That was the one, man. Back of the head.
Omega might have been able to maneuver, connive a count-out win here.
He certainly could have. But I think now he wants to put Bryan Danielson out for good.
Callis should be whipped for wearing those shoes.
Well, there's a variety of reasons.
Yeah, he should be whipped for general purposes, actually.
Well, I started to feet, I'm going to work up.
There you go. Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Slamming.
Through that chest.
Danielson in the timekeeper's table. Yeah, JR, we are getting a great look at that chest.
That doesn't happen accidentally. That is a beating to the pectoral muscles from a heavy-handed AEW champion. But somehow, some way, Bryan Danielson is staying in the fight.
You know what? I'm telling you, this is smart for Kenny Omega. Use the water, take a drink, pull the water over your head while your opponent does everything he can in his power to get back in the ring.
I think what would have been smarter if Omega just let Danielson get counted out.
Can't disagree with that.
But Danielson beats the count into the ring here. And Omega now just barking.
I tell you, Omega wants to prove he's the best in the ring and not outside of the ring. And that's why he stayed in the ring and let Danielson come in.
We're back live on TNT, AEW Dynamite Grand Slam, the dream match, Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, and right before the break, JR, Kenny Omega completely changed the complexion of this match.
Without a doubt, Omega knows what he's doing. Look for this.
Oh
my God, the impact.
The buckle bomb sent him over the top.
Looked like a car crash. And that could happen on any block here in New York City.
And Paul Turner is eye to eye with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, that's good officiating. Turner's a good one. Big chance, big risk here.
Well, Omega's got the advantage.
Oh, the missile drop kick.
Wow.
Right between the shoulder blades. Lateral press, the cover. No.
Omega may look back at this and say, I had an opportunity right there, right then, if I had put on a better cover.
Yeah.
A stiffer cover, a tight.
He pressed the arms, which were out wide in a wingspan that time, but did not do a hook.
And he's looking perhaps for another Snapdragon. He's trying to manipulate the arms of Danielson into the full Nelson position.
Danielson dropping down, nice counter.
Oh, shoulders down, and a near fall.
Wild swing and a miss.
Here we go.
Oh!
Nice kick, the heel kick right to the spine again. The spine is a common destination, apparently, for Kenny Omega.
Well, it's no secret that Bryan Danielson has had neck problems in the past, and Omega seems to be focusing all of his fire on the neck, on the spine of Bryan Danielson.
It's a great call. Neck problems have haunted him, as we know. And so that's the game plan for Kenny Omega, which has been very, very efficient here in this matchup.
Omega with Danielson up top. He could be thinking avalanche dragon suplex. That's exactly
Oh my God.
what he appears to be thinking.
That would take care of business, I think.
I would think it would do it too.
And Danielson recognized, you can see his hand linked around that turnbuckle.
Not only does he have to do that, just take both feet and underneath. There you go.
Oh, Danielson escapes in.
Out,
Good job.
right out the back door. Avoided, he dodged a bullet there, did Bryan Danielson. God, this is a good match.
Oh, my God.
What a way to start off Grand Slam week here in New York City. 2 hours of Dynamite tonight, 2 hours of Rampage Friday night. And Bryan Danielson up to the top, the avalanche backdrop.
Man, that's a game changer right there. Danielson's right arm seems to be injured in that maneuver. But look at Omega, he's lying there in the heat.
I'm not sure. I think maybe that right arm of Danielson took most of the brunt of that fall.
Well, we'll see it right here, Tony. Yeah, the arm of Danielson was actually trapped underneath Omega's body there.
Well, Omega hit hard as well, obviously. But you're right, Excalibur, trapped underneath. These two are kicking each other's ass.
Omega traps the kick.
Nothing pretty.
Oh, just a right hand to the jaw.
Right over the top. And Danielson's left hand was down, and Omega took advantage of it. And now Danielson fighting his way back in.
Firing back with those left jabs. He baited Omega in. Bang! The shot from Omega. Rolling elbow strike.
He was going for the V-trigger. He caught him.
And now the shoulder capture. Oh, he's got him.
Shoulders are down. The shoulders are down. Referee's there. He got a near fall. Did Bryan Danielson. My God. Oh, what a match.
Sometimes it's not the offense we applaud and we stand to. It's the escape. It's the effort to get back up on your feet, to come back. Perseverance. That's what we cheer, and that's what they're cheering right now for both men. And now listen to the cheer.
This crowd has not been silent since the first moment, the first entrance. They went crazy on a lockup.
Omega
Yeah.
spotted Danielson heading up to the top. Omega cuts him off at the pass. Oh, Omega a bit slow to capitalize.
He may try this again here, Excalibur.
Oh, the headbutts to the back of the head.
These guys are pulling out every stop. Anything that hurts they're going to utilize. They just got to monetize their own help.
And look at this. Both men up to the top. Omega.
Oh, my God. Oh, my.
Avalanche Dragon suplex.
This ought to do it, folks. Near leg is hooked. The champion's got the cover and a near fall. The fans are cheering because they don't want this match to end.
You know, I think what saved Danielson that time was the fact he did not land on the back of his head, that he really actually flipped over, hit on his front side.
Yeah, he landed on his stomach, as we'll see here in the replay.
It saved him.
But it was it was an ugly landing for Danielson nonetheless.
Well, it ain't ballet.
And now Omega
wants to end it. That's what Omega wants to do.
And
now,
then the V-trigger.
those unabated V-trigger shots can be debilitating as hell.
Oh, he's going for the one-winged angel here.
No one in AEW has ever kicked out of the one-winged angel. Danielson!
Head first into the shallow end of the pool goes the AEW World Champion.
Has there ever been a counter like that?
An incredibly well-timed reverse Hurricane Rana by the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Omega's trying to fight through the pain. He charges in, V-trigger. Danielson evades. Oh, what a shot!
Yeah, he's got to pull himself up again. Look at him pounding the mat.
Referee's got to monitor these unabated shots for the protection of the athletes.
Oh, the Busaiku knee countered into a powerbomb. Omega rolls Danielson through V-trigger.
Beautiful counter, and then the V-trigger, near leg is hooked. Referee got a good look, and he saw two. Before the resilient Bryan Danielson was able to kick out.
Shot the left shoulder up, JR. That's how he got it out.
Omega, he is depleted.
We all are, damn. And the fans.
Omega heading to the top.
Another big risk being taken.
Could he be? He's thinking Phoenix Splash, nobody home.
Big time risk by Kenny Omega that did not pay off on that particular opportunity.
I think the last time Kenny Omega has pulled out the Phoenix Splash was when he was in desperation mode, when he was in that unsanctioned lights out match with Jon Moxley just over 2 years ago, or just about 2 years ago.
Look at the DNA now above the left eye of Bryan Danielson. And he's got that look on his face that I'm going to take this thing a little more, a little deeper, a little harder, a little more physical. Trying to knot up the quad.
Oh, but Omega fired back with those elbow strikes. Omega drops Danielson, another shot.
That was on target, right on the top of the head.
I've never seen Bryan Danielson so emotional. And look at this.
There you go. That's emotion for you, JR.
And JR, as you said, the flats of the boot, he rolls him over, the lapel lock.
This could be it.
He's got the omoplata. Can he get the crossface linked? Omega knows it. You can see the hand fighting there. If Omega gets locked in the crossface. Oh, wow.
Luckily the ropes are there. Kenny used them to escape.
Oh, the knee!
And nowhere to go for Omega.
We are in the final 45 seconds of this match. Omega hits the V-trigger. The ripcord reversed.
Physicality.
A race against
intensity.
time. A race against time now, and the clock.
They're in the deep water and they're running out of time. Omega and Bryan Danielson have put on a clinic here.
Oh, just a headbutt.
Face to face.
And a right hand being delivered. And the kick. Danielson up to his feet.
Danielson getting the advantage. Here comes Omega fighting right back into it.
Oh, that was the bell.
The bell sounds. The time limit has expired.
And we couldn't even hear it over this crowd. And look at this. The lapel lock getting locked in.
The referee calling for some, oh my God. It's members of the Super Clique, the Elite.
It's the Young Bucks, it's Adam Cole pulling Danielson.
Seems as if they're coming to save Omega's ass.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Man, what a match, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies
What
and
a
gentlemen, the
wrestling
time
match.
limit has expired. This match is a draw.
If there was one more minute in this match, I think Bryan Danielson would have beaten Kenny Omega with that lapel lock.